Are you planning to move to Chicago or just curious about the hottest neighborhoods here? In this video, I'm gonna talk about the 5 top neighborhoods. I'm gonna share their unique vibes, attractions, and just different lifestyles. So stick around to know what neighborhood might become just your next home. I'm Guy Vasconcellos, your go-to realtor here in Chicago. If you are relocating to Chicago, looking to buy your first home, sell your property, or just looking for a luxury rentals, reach out to me and I'm gonna love to help you out. You can call me, text me, or set up a time to talk to me using the link on the description below. So now let's talk about the top 5 neighborhoods here in Chicago. Alright, so I chose the 5 top neighborhoods not exactly because of a real estate demand. It's more because my clients like to hang out there, I personally like to hang out there. And also, I'm not gonna go as much in details about each neighborhood. I'm gonna have other videos later on doing tours in the neighborhood, showing all the details. In this video, it's gonna be great for you to have an idea about the neighborhoods, what the vibes are, so you can compare those. The first neighborhood that I picked for this video is Lakeview. The first thing that I really love about Lakeview is how close you are to the water. You have 2 harbors nearby, you have Diversey and you have Belmont harbors, and in between you have lots of green spaces. During summer I saw so many people there hanging out, playing frisbee, playing volleyball. I mean, people just really go there to have like a very good time. People go to do like picnics. So if you like to be by the water and you just like to hang out outside during summer, Lakeview can be like a very good option for you to enjoy. Reason number 2 are all the attractions that Lakeview has. It's a very diverse neighborhood. You have Wrigley Field, so if you're a baseball fan, that's a great place for you to go. Nearby Wrigley Field, you have Clark Street with lots of bars. During the end of the year, they turn that to Christmas bars, so you're gonna see a lot of Santas there. But if you go a little bit more southeast in the neighborhood, you have Belmont Street. You have great restaurants, lots of like cute stores, like bookstores, bakeries, plant stores. So very different vibe. You also have the North Halsted that used to be known as Boys Town. Great if you're looking to go to bars, to have fun, just to really go crazy. You definitely can do that there. And a little bit more west, you have Southport Corridor. You have like great restaurants, even some Michelin star restaurants, and it's a more homey vibe, so a more neighborhoody kind of vibe. Reason number 3, the people in Lakeview, everyone is so nice. I feel like everyone is always in a good vibe, in a good mood. Maybe just because they're close to the lake and close to the nature and so many things to do, that just makes them just put them in a very good vibe. 4th thing are the schools. If you have families, if you have kids, of course you want them to be in like very good schools, and Lakeview is a great place to be at. You have access to some of the best schools in Chicago, like in Lincoln Park, Lakeview, so that's a great option if you have kids. Reason number 5, it's real estate. First of all, real estate in Lakeview, it's much more affordable than in other neighborhoods like Lincoln Park or Gold Coast. But also it's a very diverse, so you have historic homes, you have 3-story places in those very cute streets in Lakeview, like very green and lots of greenery around. But you also have the high rises. Those are usually like by the lake, by Lakeshore Drive usually, and they are like more on the older sides, but they are spacious, they are more classy, but you do get some great views. You can get like views from the lake, you can get great views of the city, and sometimes even the sunset. The second neighborhood that I chose to talk about here is Lincoln Park. If you ever research about Chicago, you probably heard about Lincoln Park. It's the biggest park in the whole city and it gives name to the neighborhood. It has the Lincoln Park Zoo that's very famous. They also have the great Christmas lights there during the end of the year. You have the conservatory. The neighborhood itself is just like lots of greenery. You also have other parks like the Oz Park that's a little bit more west. So it's definitely a great option if you like to step out of your place and have lots of greenery to look at. The second thing that I really love about Lincoln Park are like all the entertainment options and like restaurants. You have like boutiques, you have comedy shows, you have a little bit of everything. For comedy shows, if that's your vibe, you definitely should check the Second City. But for restaurants, honestly, some of my favorite places in the city are there. You have Mon Ami Gabi, it's a great French restaurant, great steak, but honestly, you have the best chocolate mousse in the whole city. Check it out. You also have Kala, it's a more like Greek kind of vibe restaurant, more casual, right on Clark Street, so also another very good option. You have RJ Grunt, that's the first lettuce entertainment restaurant, and today they have like over I think 100 restaurants in the whole city, and it's great. They have a great burger, definitely a very good option. But you also have something a little bit more like on the fancier sides, even like Michelin star. We have a Linea here on Lincoln Park. So if you're in a more vibe for a special occasion, you wanna treat yourself, or maybe you're celebrating an anniversary, a Linea can be a very good option for you to go. The third thing that I really like about Lincoln Park is all the historic charm. You are gonna see that with like the real estates, a lot of like brownstones kind of house, historic houses. But just when you walk to the neighborhoods, you definitely feel that all that charm, being like from the greenery or just like the architecture around there. The fourth thing that's similar to Lakeview, it's all the schools and education in general. Lincoln Park is home for the DePaul University, so that brings lots of like young people to the area. But you also have access to the best schools in the whole city. So if you have family, you have children, that should be a great neighborhood for you to explore. Reason number five, it's the accessibility. Lincoln Park, it's like you have that neighborhoody, all that charm that we were discussing here, but you are so close to downtown Chicago. So if you need to commute to downtown, it's probably gonna be like a 10 minutes drive, depending where you are. Or if you're gonna use public transportation, that's, by the way, it's very good. You have the brown, red lines, you have several buses. Maybe you are gonna take like 20, 30 minutes, depending on where you are. So if you need to access downtown Chicago, that's gonna be a good option for you. Third neighborhood that I chose to talk here, it's maybe the hottest neighborhood in Chicago right now. It's West Loop. West Loop, the first thing that you can think about, it's all the restaurants that you have there. It's the restaurant row here in Chicago. It's right off of Randolph Street. And you have an option for like everyone. From if you wanna do like a fine dining with like Michelin star restaurants, if you wanna do more like a bar kind of situation, have a good happy hour with your friends, you have lots of like trendy bars there, or just like a casual eat. So in West Loop you have something for everyone. The second thing, it's urban life in West Loop. You have most of the tech companies, they are there, like Meta, Facebook, Instagram, Google. You have lots of consulting firms, so that brings a more like young professional kind of vibe. You also have all that charm, industrial charm with like very modern vibe, so it's definitely a urban oasis in the city. Third thing, it's art and culture. West Loop is home for like lots of art galleries. You have great museums. You have the Wonder Museum. That's like a very Instagrammable place. You can get like very good pictures. But you also have like lots of festivals. You have the Randolph Street Food Festival. You have a lot definitely going on there. So you have music. I mean, during summer you have a little bit of everything there. Fourth thing, it's the real estate. West Loop has all that like industrial charm, and they also have like very modern properties. So in West Loop you can find from like warehouses that were converted to condos, and you have like those exposed bricks, very industrial and charm kind of vibe, lofts with like very high ceilings, food with like natural light. But you also have like high rises with like luxury amenities. You definitely can be bougie there. Fifth thing about West Loop that I really like, it's the location. First of all, you are, as I said before, you are close to restaurants, bars, you have great grocery stores there like Mariano's, Whole Foods, and also some smaller markets more in the middle of the neighborhood. But you are super close to downtown if you need to commute, go to work in the Loop or other downtown neighborhoods. That's very easy access. Also, if you want to go to the O'Hare Airport, you have the blue line there that's gonna take you straight there. If you need to go to the burbs, you are right by the I-90, so super easy access. The fourth neighborhood is Streeterville. And the first thing that I really love there are like all the views and that like waterfront kind of living. I'm obsessed person with views, so if you can see here on my background, I live like by the lake. I have like all that like water view and I'm really passionate about that. So, and in Streeterville, you have maybe some of like the best water views that you possibly can have in Chicago. You have the lake views, you have the river views, and just being like close to all that water, that nature, it's something that's like very much appreciated. If you wanna go to a bike riding, if you like to run, that's a very good neighborhood for you to do all that. Second thing are like all the cultural landmarks in the city. It tends to be a more touristy kind of area, depends on where you are, because there you have some museums like the Contemporary Art Museum in Chicago, you have the Navy Pier, but those are also like great areas if you have like friends and family in town to go there and show them around. Third thing about Streeterville, it's all the dining and shopping options. You have some great shoppings nearby if you wanna go fancy from like Prada, Louis Vuitton, Chanel. You do have like some very good options and also access to some of the best and fine dining options in Chicago. Fourth thing, it's like health and wellness. You like Streeterville, you're gonna have like several hospitals like Northwestern Hospital, and you are, as I said before, you are very close to the water, so you definitely have like very good access to the lake, to go biking, hiking. It definitely can be like a very good option for you if you're into that. And of course, if you need to go to hospitals or if you work there, so you're also gonna find there lots of like medical students, doctors, nurses, just because of the easy access to the hospitals. Third thing, it's real estate and all the residential options. Streeterville probably has some of the most luxury buildings in the whole city, like One Bennett Park. There, it's a building that's like a flex kind of building, like we call here. So you have half of the building that's like apartments, half that's like the most luxury condos with awesome views that you possibly can have here in Chicago. You also have like very modern buildings. You don't have as much of like a three-story kind of places here. It's a more like high-rise kind of neighborhood, but you definitely get those great views that we talk about. The fifth and last neighborhood that I chose for this video is Gold Coast. The first thing about Gold Coast, if you know a little bit of Chicago or if you are doing your research or you are getting to know, it's all the luxury appeal that Gold Coast has. First, because of all the real estate, you have very luxury places there, you have awesome hotels, some of like the most luxury in the whole city. But you also have access to fine dining, maybe the best stores in the whole city if you are looking to be bougie with your shopping. The second thing that I really like about Gold Coast, it's all the historic homes. You have some mansions there. All those like big houses, a little bit on the older side and with lots of history behind it. So if you like all that character, you like to be in a charming neighborhood, that's definitely a good option for you. Third thing, that if you notice, I talk about that with all other neighborhoods just because it's something that I mostly appreciate, it's being close to the lake. So in Gold Coast, you have access to the Oak Beach, which is like a very cool. People during summer go there to hang out, to have fun and play volleyball. You're gonna see lots of like volleyball courts like around that area. Fourth reason in Gold Coast, it's all the nightlife. You have great bars, great restaurants. So if you're looking to go to a more trendy kind of bougie area, the bars and restaurants in Gold Coast are great. It also hosts some of the best clubs in the city, so if you're looking to, again, be bougie, but also have like lots of fun, dance, get to know very attractive and bougie people, Gold Coast is your way to go. Fifth thing, it's the prime location. As I said before, you are close to the lake, you are in downtown Chicago, so you have access to everything downtown Chicago has to offer. Also, if you want to go more north or more west, you have Old Town and you have access to great neighborhoods like we talked before, Lakeview, Lincoln Park, very easy access. So definitely a prime location here in Chicago. Okay, so those are my favorite neighborhoods in the whole city. Let me know here in the comments if you agree with me or if you'd put other neighborhoods here. And again, if you're looking to relocate to Chicago, buy your home, sell your property, or maybe exploring luxury rentals, make sure to reach out to me. I'm gonna love to help you out. You can call me, text me, or set up an appointment with me using the link below. I'll see you in the next video.